Hello Leo, welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 26th going to the 3rd of March. Already you have breathe. All right, make sure you're taking a breath, Leo. Make sure that you are taking some time out to yourself and connecting with yourself. Okay, so already your cards are coming out, so let's dive in. Let's dive in. I think I said everything I needed to. Okay, let's see for my lovely Leos, please, Spirit, for this week. You have yin. A lot of this is really about connecting back to yourself, okay? And one more. You have message and a bottle. If some of you are actually manifesting in a specific message, I do see that actually happening, by the way. It feels like the moment that you kind of detach from something, a dream, a goal, a chance, an opportunity, whatever it is. When you disconnect from it, the desire from it, and when you just focus on yourself, it comes your way. That's just a specific message for somebody out there. I'm going to pull some more oracles and I will talk about it. All right, for my lovely Leos, 3rd chakra. Let's get one more. You also have happy family coming in. Did I show you the rest of the cards? Okay, for some of you that this will be a little bit of a love reading, only because on the bottom of the deck I am sensing that we have caring connection. So specifically for somebody, and I will come out of love because I'm very aware that some people just I'm not interested, it's not happening, so but for those who it is, just very briefly, if you have been going through a bit of a rough patch, I do feel like this is going to kind of rekindle again. I think that there are probably some personal issues that you and somebody else have to kind of deal with. Specifically, if you guys have been dealing with, a bit of codependency, just a little bit, then you are kind of gaining more courage, you're gaining more strength back again. And the more that you are loving yourself and focusing, make sure that you're not kind of constantly waiting for someone to message you. The more that you're in your own energy is really where it kind of comes in, and that's where that happy family is coming in. Okay, just very briefly, for those of you dealing with a little bit of like a rocky patch in a relationship, all right, or maybe have split up, but this is only for people who are on kind of good terms, not a toxic connection. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. All right, now for everybody out there, a very major message that you guys have here is really tapping back into your own self again. The breathe card is really about, feeling highly sensitive. So that's just a little bit of a clue if this is for you or not, because you might be feeling a lot at the moment. There might be a lot of things that are upsetting you. You could be feeling other people's energies, and you watch a movie, you're crying too, because, your body is almost not understanding the difference between someone else's pain and your own. This is telling me that you are very highly empathic, empathic this week, and therefore they are kind of calling you to focus on your own self at this moment. There's a lot going on around you, quite clearly, maybe a lot of chaos, just a lot of drama, or whatever it is. They're saying to focus on your own self. The more that you kind of get a little bit lost in everyone else's business, or what's going on with your job, or what's going on around you, the more that you're losing yourself, or the more that your own progress is being affected. So this card is really about focus on your own lily pad. That's literally what it talks about. And breathe, get back into the moment, don't get lost, connect with yourself and be here with yourself. Okay, so meditation will be very good for those of you who want to get into that. Make sure that you are 5 minutes a day is actually really enough. I prefer meditations that are a little bit 20 minutes long. It gets me in a sleep state, which actually really helps me. I feel so relaxed after meditating for at least 20 minutes. But 5 minutes is good to just reboot yourself and reconnect with yourself. Okay, so do that if you feel called towards doing it, but definitely take a moment to breathe, connect with yourself. All right, and just remember the difference between you and where the world around you starts. Okay, there's a border. Make sure we're not crossing that border. It's a good card for boundaries also. The next card that you have is a yin. This is very divine feminine energy coming through for you. Again, regardless of gender, Leo, what this represents is, again, kind of tapping into your own self. There is power within your intuition and your gut instincts. And this week it's really important to believe that. So again, some of you know something's coming in, but the anxiety creeps in and the fear creeps in. The imposter syndrome creeps in, especially when there is a 3rd chakra blockage. But this is about reminding yourself and giving that love and compassion to yourself, and also honoring your gut feelings. Okay, make sure that you're doing what your body feels like doing. Okay, and trusting in that. That's the power of that intuition, in that divine feminine energy. It's also a really good card that kind of says, the more that you are filling up yourself with love, the more that loving things come to you. The more that you're spending, it's kind of about, attracting things in. So the more that you're doing something that brings you joy, the more joy you're going to feel in other areas of your life, and the more joyful things come your way. So this is a really good kind of attracting, kind of manifesting vibes, but it comes from what you are actually doing and putting your energy towards will actually turn out in really amazing things. It's a very big card of love. It kind of reminds me of the Ace of Cups, to be honest with you. So you are tapping into an unconditional love, and that usually comes from self. Okay, you then have message in a bottle, which I'm sure will come out during the reading. This is saying that the universe is trying to connect with you. Okay, you are going to start to see more signs and synchronicities this week, and maybe you have already, and there could actually be a specific message coming your way that actually brings in some good news. Okay, but I'm sure that will come out during the rest of the reading. You also have the third chakra, and this is Archangel Chamuel. I don't know. You guys know I don't speak very well. It just is what it is. That's my quirk, I guess. What's interesting is we have a 3 and a 7. I don't usually always pay attention to the numbers, but that does go to a 10. So this represents some sort of completion, and it feels like maybe a lesson about yourself. The third chakra is kind of just about where the ribcage ends, and that is a chakra that kind of controls our willpower. It's the energy point where that's why we feel confident. That's why we feel, I guess, brave. Do I want to say brave? It's our willpower, the ability to believe that we can do something and to take action towards it. So because that's coming up here, there may have been some blockage there. It may be something that you're trying to work on. Is that willpower? Is that, definitely Google it. I'm sure there's loads of different, and usually I can't give out the information, but for some reason the third chakra, what else is about? So just put it down below. I'm sure you guys are experts about it, so feel free to let everyone else know what the third chakra is about, because that is something that you will be focusing on this week, is trying to kind of bring energy to that chakra point. Okay, now we have happy family coming through, which is always nice. This reminds me of the 10 of Cups. So it's like that happiness after the storm. That is that happiness after difficulty. And when it comes down to family, when it comes down to people, this is just really good for saying that you and other people around you are going to be feeling really happy this week, okay? And overcoming an issue, most likely. All right. Now, let's dive into your reading, my lovelies. Let's see what's going on for you, for Leos this week. Okay, Page of Pentacles. This is telling me that you guys might be focusing on actually taking action on something that you're learning something new, basically. When the Page of Pentacles come in, it's like the apprentice of the deck. I'm using the Before Tarot for anyone who's interested, as I'm remembering to say it now. I always forget. It's a really good, not the Before Tarot, sorry. This is the Modern Witch Tarot deck. There we go. The other new deck that I have is the Before Tarot, and they are also very good. All right, Page of Pentacles. This is kind of about taking the first step into something. So for a lot of you, like I am feeling like the shakes and feeling a little bit nervous. You could really be doing something that's quite bold for you, to be honest with you, and that is where that third chakra is coming from. This is something that probably has something to do with your work. It's a Pentacles card, or your money, or your stability in life, okay? It's really taking that first step into kind of a new environment, okay? And this feels very good. It feels like you're going to learn a lot when you're doing this, okay? And it is, again, going to contribute towards your growth moving forward, if you stick to it, of course, Leo. Let's see, anything else for Leo's energy? 2 of Wands, you're prepping for your future. You're really visualizing and thinking ahead. And Queen of Wands, beautiful combination. I'm also hearing like you're treating yourself well this week, which is nice. I feel like this is really about compassion. You're showing up as a Queen of Wands, which is amazing. There is something mysterious about you, Leo. All right, it's something that engages people, okay? And for some of you, this could be very good in terms of your work situation because of that energy, all right? So maybe it's because of your certain, like the way that you hold yourself, the way that you show up, definitely for a lot of you, this is speaking about your actual, like either your personality or your looks. I'll be honest with you, that might benefit some of you in terms of your job if that's something that you do. But it's more of a case of like the way that you hold yourself. You look like somebody, or maybe this is what you're trying to do, you know. A really good way of manifesting is, again, like acting as if you are that person that has the things that you want and desire. So if it's a certain job, you know, start dressing as if you have that kind of job, like whether it's modeling or whether it's, you know, a CEO. Like, how would you dress if you was in that position? Like, an act as if. It is quite good for manifesting. For some of you, could benefit from that, because I am sensing there's something about your image, your personality, that is going to be very beneficial towards a certain goal. Maybe this new environment that you're going into, this new idea that you guys are planting a seed of and taking action on. Something about that, all right? Also, Queen of Wands is also really about having a lot of charisma. It's a lot of charm. Something about you is showing up like that this week. Very compassionate and also very strong. Of course, it's a Wands energy. It's fiery energy, just like you. So it's matching that kind of passion, all right, as well. Passion towards something. So you also have the Two of Wands. So you're very much in a position of looking beyond your present moment to figure out what it is that you really want and planning the steps ahead, which is really good. Two of Wands is about expansion. I always see it as a card of like looking into the horizons and going, all right, what else do I want? You know, like, where do I want to go next? So you're definitely going to be in that kind of situation at the moment. If you have your own business or starting it out with a Page of Pentacles, Two of Wands, you're going to be definitely thinking about expanding it. You have the ability to do it, by the way, because you have the Queen of Wands here. You absolutely are able to do the thing that you might be worried about, you know. And with that Breathe card, I just want to say, focus on yourself, not other people. If you're in a competitive industry, don't worry about everyone else or how they look. You have a very strong message here about you. I always say this for you, Leo. Like, why is that always your reading? I realize I'm always saying something about you is very important when it comes down to your life purpose and your role. All right, don't know why. There we go. All right, let's see what the potential blockages are this week for you, Leo. Three of Wands, maybe that feeling like you're waiting quite a bit for the things that you're wanting, whether it's a bit of a delay or maybe you are anticipating immediate change. Blockage, Six of Cups, one more, and the Three of Pentacles. You do have the Ten of Cups sitting here as well, which is a nice little theme for you guys, right? So in terms of a blockage, all right, so Three of Pentacles, a little bit of collaboration could be a little bit of a blockage, whether it's like, you know, you're waiting for someone to give you something back, for example, that could be a problem here, or a delay, most importantly. Maybe it is just about the people around you that there's a little bit of a blockage. Three of Pentacles is not a bad card, and neither is the rest of them, to be honest with you. And when not very bad cards come up in your challenge position, it's nothing to be worried about, to be honest. It's just a little bit of like a delay or a mishap. It's nothing serious, so from what I'm getting here this week. So Three of Pentacles, again, building a plan, building the foundations of something, working on that legacy of yours here. You're definitely taking action, but again, that's where the challenge is that maybe you feel like you're uncertain at times. Maybe it's a collaboration that's a bit of an issue, or people might have different opinions if you are working with others, but you know, it will be okay. Three of Wands, also, again, maybe it's the waiting period that is a little bit of a challenge for you also. And also we have the Six of Cups here as well. Some of you, it could be to do with, again, people. What could be a challenge here is maybe there could be some nostalgia that might be kind of blocking you, or maybe if you are kind of working or collaborating with people who you have an emotional connection with, there could be a bit of an issue there. But again, I'm not sensing anything terrible, so these are not very bad challenges to have, to be honest. It's just like you're working things out is what it feels like. All right, anything else for Leos this week? Eight of Pentacles, is that King of Swords? This feels very, Queen of Swords, that feels very good for your work and finances, or the things that you're working on. Like, if some of you don't really relate to this in terms of work, that's okay, because this is really about the things that you're trying to build your skills on. And I am seeing that there is something about progress. This could be your spiritual development. You know, it's just because it's showing up as Pentacles that, you know, it's very traditional to be read as career or finances or your stability, or anything, okay? There is a message coming through here about you really paying attention and working on something. Queen of Swords, maybe there is a need to protect yourself at times, this is kind of saying that you will have a very clear vision this week, and there's something about you this week where you are being very direct about the things that you want and desire. A lot of you will have a very clear vision, and the more that you're doing something, the more that you're going to know about what it is that you want to do, develop, or bring into whatever it is that you're working on. I just had website design, but that doesn't have to be for everybody. Queen of Swords, again, knowing what you're worth, speaking and communicating. Oh, that's so funny that I mess up on when I'm trying to say communicating clearly. Your ideas are very valuable, so don't be afraid to put them forward. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. You could sometimes come off a little bit maybe too direct at times, but again, I think it's just because you know what it is that you want, okay? And we do have the Six of Wands here, so there is a lot of success. In terms of finances, I am seeing progress here. In terms of your skills and, again, like movement forward, progress, I am seeing a lot coming through here for you there, okay? Now I'm going to dive into each of the oracles just to expand those messages. So with the Breathe card, the Four of Cups, that is interesting because sometimes I do see this as a card of meditating. The Breathe, the Four of Cups is really a card that's sometimes feeling a bit jaded or bored. Sometimes it can be about kind of rejecting things, as you can see, but it's also could be a card about your imagination. Both are very Piscean energies, to be honest. So something about that Piscean energy, being intuitive, being a little bit lost in your head sometimes. But in this case, it doesn't feel bad. For some of you, again, make sure you are taking some time out. If you are uncertain about any offers coming away, make sure that you are focusing on yourself. Or maybe it is a good time to just focus on yourself and maybe not really accept a lot of love offers, to be honest. Some of you might need to hear that. Because when you get involved in other people, for example, again, similar message to what I said initially, when you're too focused outside of yourself, in this moment when you're trying to build yourself up or something up, you can get a little bit chaotic and then you get distracted, so it's really about bringing your attention back to yourself, and it's not selfish to do that, okay? Just one more for the Breathe card, the Ace of Wands. In this moment where you decide to take some time for yourself and you decide to kind of reject a little bit of external offers, I don't usually say that with the Four of Cups, but because you're being guided to sit in your energy, I see you're really connecting to a certain idea, a certain passion. Ace of Wands is like a new beginning. Sometimes it's a card of movement, so you guys might decide that you want to change your environment, which I've been saying with the Page of Pentacles, whether it's a new job or a new idea that you want to bring into your career or a new hobby, okay? Like Ace of Wands is this spark of light and energy that comes into your life that gives you like that motivation to do something, okay? Like take action on it. So through meditation, through focusing on yourself, through, calming the mind a bit and your feelings, I do see that you are going to get a very inspired idea for a new beginning that is going to be very beneficial to you moving forward, okay? Maybe the thing that's going to really help you understand where to go next. All right, now the Yin energy. Seven of Pentacles. This is a card that kind of working pretty hard towards something, to nurture something, and feeling a little bit restless at times because it doesn't feel like it's really showing you a lot of result back. I always like to this presentation of the card is quite accurate with how I read it, because actually a lot of the time the Seven of Pentacles is represented by growing something, because you are growing something, and in this case it could be self-love, it could be the way that you treat yourself or the way that you're attracting in things. Seven of Pentacles, though, whatever it is that you're wanting and desiring or building on, is something that does naturally take time to later on give you a lot of abundance in whatever way, whether it's self-love, an abundance of self-love, an abundance of good things, abundance of maybe it's to do with your love life. All right, there is some work that is needed that might not show you results straight away. It's something that does require a bit of patience, a bit of nurturing, giving to it every now and again. If you imagine growing a plant, you do water it every now and again, and it doesn't necessarily always show that you're looking after it, that you're actually giving effort towards it. But after some time of that continuous action taken on it, that continuous nurturing of something, it later on does bear a lot of fruit, for example. So that's the kind of vibes you're getting with your reading, is whatever you are really focusing on and giving love to, just because you can't see the results doesn't mean it's not happening. Eventually you are going to start to see and live in a life where everything that you've been doing today is really going to pay off for you. So again, don't let the thoughts drag you down, or the impatience drag you down. Whatever you're working on is definitely solidifying, because you have a lot of pentacles in your reading. So it is the legacy, it is the long term, it's things that do take a bit of time. All right, one more for the yin energy. 9 of Wands. Interesting. 9 of Wands is a card of kind of having your guard up. It's a wounded warrior card. That's what, is the key words for it, I guess, because she has a bandage over her head because she's just been through some crap, basically, just been through the war. And she's still, affected by it, in the sense that she's still anticipating something else to go wrong, or for something else to happen. So she's protecting herself. Ultimately, that's not a bad thing to do, but in this case I would say that there might be a bit of a message here where, like, in a case where the yin is really about surrendering, it's about the flow, it's about connecting with yourself, it's about love, like all that energy feels very flowy, it feels very natural. 7 of Pentacles with the 9 of Wands kind of feels like an energy that there might still be something within you that is not fully trusting the process, and that might be a message that some of you need to hear, is to kind of fully surrender to something. 9 of Wands, I mean, this could be the fact that putting love towards yourself and treating yourself nicely, talking to yourself nicely and kindly, might actually heal something if you are still feeling a little bit triggered. We do have a past energy coming through, so if there was any wounds, or if there was something in the past where, things weren't the way that you wanted them to be, it doesn't mean that now it can't be that way. You're putting action towards it, okay? Like, try not to reminisce too much, because sometimes we bring up those feelings and your mind doesn't actually know whether something is a memory or whether something's happening now. So that pain that you feel, the reason why your body feels it is because of things you're going through it again, My voice just went so strange. So when doing that, try to talk kindly to yourself. Make sure that you are kind of reminding yourself that you're okay. All right. Now, with a message in a bottle, here. Now, High Priestess is about kind of secrets. It's the hidden realm. It's about your intuition. It's about things that are behind the veil. All right. The 4 of Wands is a card of reaching a milestone. It could be an engagement, could be a reconciliation. For some, it's like a coming together of something and success, So in whatever way that you intuitively know, because for a lot of you, I did say before, you do feel like something's going to happen. And the High Priestess is that whatever it is that you're wanting, desiring, you are going to have it. All right, the High Priestess is, again, something that's in the ethers currently is coming your way. You're aware of it, and it is going to bring some results in. For some of you, I mean, there could be a little bit of like a secret plan going on that's going to, be something cute for you, whether that's a date or whether that's a proposal of some kind. I mean, it feels like something's in the works currently on the other person's side who's going to be giving you a message. So it could be a job opportunity, whatever, it's almost like someone has this plan or this idea or is thinking about something, and I think you can feel something good is coming in, whatever. You're right with that. 4 of Wands is a really good card for reaching a milestone or celebrating something. All right, now for the 3rd chakra, the Tower. Strength. Ooh, I love that for that energy. That's also you as well. 2 major arcana cards coming up with your chakra is crazy. That's really intense energy. I will show you, don't worry. Right, 3rd chakra, 7 of Cups. So there has been a little bit of a blockage there, some confusion when it comes down to your willpower and your ability to do things. All right, maybe not feeling so confident in yourself. The 7 of Cups just represents maybe there's a lot of things that you've been confused about, or kind of represents having a lot of ideas but not being certain which one to choose, or they get stuck at the idea stage. Or again, it can represent just a little bit of confusion and illusion imposter syndrome, for example, would represent that kind of illusion when it comes down to what you're actually capable of. All right, maybe you didn't think good things about it, or maybe you were anticipating that, oh no, but something might go wrong, so I'm not going to take that route. When in reality, with the Seven of Cups, there's a lot of outcomes to a situation. You just have to believe in your strength to actually deal with it, and you are strong. The Tower card is divine intervention. It's like a big shock. Doesn't have to be bad energy. In fact, whatever this Tower card is representing, clearly maybe something from the past, or I don't know if it's kind of representing like some sort of jolt coming in to your third chakra, and it's representing that willpower. Something is going to really shake up things in your life, and it's going to really show you strength. Your strength, not just any old strength, Leo, your strength. This is your card. It's going to really kind of, something needed to fall apart to kind of put you on the right path, you know. And maybe this is kind of like a theme that you're currently going through. It is that maybe you did go through a separation or something here, but it needed to happen for something to click within you to understand what you were capable of. Even if the Tower card is just an epiphany. But with an epiphany that comes with the Tower, something has to fall away for something else to be rebuilt. So for a lot of you, I'm almost seeing like the crashing of an empire or the crashing of a city to make space for your empire. Like that's the vibes I'm getting. Whatever is being exchanged out is going to be 10 times bigger. Whether it's your confidence, your personality, your sense of self. You know, maybe it was like small little confidence before. Now it's going to be big and bold. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, whatever that is, it feels amazing. It feels huge. When major arcana cards come up like that, it's big. Whatever this is very much is very important for your life. All right, and then we have happy journey, happy family. Get my words mixed up there. Happy journey, I mean maybe, but happy family. Let's see. You have judgment. That's very interesting. So if there has been any difficulty within your relationships, okay, within a family, judgment is really a good card for reconciliation or understanding, forgiveness. It's kind of about bringing happiness to a situation, and also is about the truth. I do like it. Happy family. Five of Cups there definitely has been some disappointments here when it comes down to people's happiness. Now, it doesn't actually have to be between each other, or for some of you, I'm sure it will resonate like that. Okay, there's a lot of different ways to talk about this because everyone's family is clearly very different. There's a million different scenarios, right? But let me try and pull it together because, you know, generally speaking, there has been disappointments, there has been things that have caused some upset within the family or two family members, maybe including you. Maybe that's caused a little bit of difficulty overall in the home or in a family unit, in a community. It's almost like there is this some sort of like release of something, some forgiveness coming through, kind of like a change of perspective, I'll be honest with you, because that's what the Five of Cups represents. We, you know, sometimes things don't go our way, and, you know, sometimes we're not happy with people, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, the Two of Cups represents love and connection. So it does kind of feel like there is this alleviation of pain or of difficulty or upset, to remind the family unit, or to remind you and your partner, whatever, that at the end of the day, we love each other. We're connected to each other, and there is almost this unity coming from that. And if that's the case for a lot of you, the angels are clapping, or there is somebody in specific, like who may have passed away for some of you, this is not going to be for everyone, who is kind of clapping their hands here because, you know, I feel like they always wanted that at the end of the day. That's the vibes I'm getting. All right, you also have the Ace of Cups here as well, so that is kind of that loving energy coming through. All right. Okay. That is all I have for you. I was wondering whether I wanted to pull out some more oracle cards, but I think we've gone on long enough. Damn, half an hour. I do apologize. All right, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I wish you guys all the best. Make sure you like and subscribe if you wanted to. Of course, it does help the channel out, and I'd love to have you here. But either way, I hope to see you guys next time. All right.